Hello! The total shop, 2,500 square feet. All of our stuff from 2,500 square feet is in this area. That doesn't even include the tools because we already moved those to Buffalo. So this was our space. This back half of the shop was our shop space. It's where everything happened, every table we built, every mistake we made trying to figure out how to build a production business as it went. We bought tools as needed with our business money. And so everything was built from the ground up. We didn't have like a woodworking background or formal training. It's just us figuring it out as time went on. But this is it without the tools, obviously, and just with everything ready to move. One of the things that we learned early in business was to make a production shop and not a custom woodworking shop. We did that because all of our things would be standardized, so I could just make the same table over and over and over again once we knew that it sold and once we knew that it was a good product. So we ended up with like a lot of scrap pieces that are smaller that we like can't use. We tried to make other products with them, like smaller tables and such, but they never sold as well as our best-selling product did. And at the time, I just didn't have the energy or the effort or the time to make other products, so we ended up with like a lot of this. And I should have been selling it on Facebook Marketplace like for years, but I didn't start selling it on Facebook Marketplace I think until January. It's now June. So the past 6 months I started selling all of the scraps on Facebook Marketplace, and they actually sell for good money. So tip to past self and any new woodworkers, if there's a size of wood that you keep collecting that like somebody else can use, sell it on Facebook Marketplace and make some money back, because now I'm stuck with all of this and I have to sell it all in like a couple weeks because I don't have the ability to bring all this with us. This will all come with us, but like this versus this, I'm gonna end up giving a lot of it away for free because I can't use it all. But this whole pallet was a box and it was full of scrap lumber. It has gone to smaller boxes like these, and I've sold a decent amount so far, but I really wish I had started sooner. I'm selling them for really cheap right now. If you're seeing this, you've already missed out on the deals. But a lot of people use these for cutting boards, small projects, and turning, and I don't know, actually. I don't really ask questions. I just sell it and say, here you go. Here's what's in it. Here's how much it costs. Venmo me or put cash in my mailbox. Like, that's it. So, another thing to note, which I think is obvious. Maybe it's not obvious. Okay, another thing to note. Walnut sells a lot better than like ash. So this whole box of 8-quarter ash scraps will probably take them 2 weeks to sell. And I listed it really cheap versus like a stack of walnut will sell really quick because it's black walnut, it's kiln dried, it's from a lumber yard. It's just small scraps that like I can't use. I could use. I don't have the time to use them, okay? Also, the cutting board market is so oversaturated. I've tried selling cutting boards. I don't like making cutting boards. There are people that love making cutting boards. That's fine. That's your deal. Not for me. I'd rather make a table. So people buy my scraps and make cutting boards with them and sell them. I don't know. I just sold a whole box of, they were old tabletops that either got messed up on the CNC or I don't even know, like they were, or like return, like all sorts of things, but they were glued up blanks that like I could easily just resand, refinish, and sell as whole cutting boards. But I decided to sell them in a bundle pack, and one guy came and picked them all up because it was a really good deal for him. And putting it out the door, I was like, I feel like I'm wasting so much money not making this into cutting boards. But then you have to remember the time that goes into that and the effort, and then to sell them as well, that's a lot more. So my deal is not cutting boards, so those were not going to sell quickly for me just because I'm not actively selling them already. But for a small woodworker, if you're going to craft shows and stuff, those would sell like probably, I don't know, I've never sold cutting boards, so don't take my advice on that, but I'm sure that people could sell them really fast. I've got my section of what we're actually taking. I'm just going to throw in the back of the pickup, and I'm hoping that all these boxes can sell by the time we have to get out of this rental unit.
Okay, so we've officially moved out of our rental space. That was the back half of the shop. This was the front half of the shop. We got lucky with this space becoming available. It used to be an old doctor's office, so there was like a little kitchen. We had a storage space that was inventory, office, front door in case people actually came to visit us, the spray booth that's half disassembled and in the hallway, and then this was my shipping and finishing room. So I would ship up in here in the first half. I wish I took more videos before we like started packing, but that was the back half where I would spray and finish everything. So at this point, everything was pretty much packed up and a mess. Those were all of our everyday sets that I needed to pack. And then it's just like a big loop around back to the shop.
So this is our finishing and shipping room. So finishing would happen on that section of the room. Shipping would happen over here. I had tables here so that things could dry. I would spray in the booth, move it to racks and things to dry. We built these racks out of, I forget what these are called. Anyways, we built these racks and then Nick 3D printed us little spikes so things could just sit on here, at least for the plywood stuff. For the hardwood, that was all, like I said, hand polyed. You know those mats that you put under a chair on carpet? They're like plastic and they have spikes on the bottom. Flip it over, spikes are on top, and then the tables would sit on there to dry. We found that to work the best and the most efficiently. So they would dry on here, and then shipping would all be over here. So I had a computer with my Rollo printer up there, my shipping table with paper and boxes. I had all my boxes under these tables with labels so that if somebody else needed to come in and box a table for us, that would be done. So I have made inventory of our everyday set. I've made inventory of our Liz tables. We are ready to move out. Now I just need to pack up all this inventory so that we can take it with us. So I'm just packing all of that inventory. My thought process with this is make small bundles that are light and easy to carry. Stack them up, so I'm doing little stacks of 4. And then once they're ordered, I will just go through and get what I need. But for now, I just need to get it packed. So this is the plan. I'm just packing 4. We're getting a moving truck again, moving it ourselves again. So I just want to keep it semi-light. It is what feels like a waste of plastic, but I also need to protect it, and I'm not putting a ton of these in boxes. So I haven't even like sanded this down, which I might regret later. I just take like a brown paper bag to everything. It's like a fine sandpaper to smooth out any bumps or anything, but I haven't done that yet, and yeah, I might regret it later that they're not just ready to ship. But I don't have as much free time right now as I will once I don't have a shop for a bit. So that's my thought process. Kristina from 25 Pine. It's so nice to meet you. Welcome to our channel. We're excited to be here. There's a lot more to come, so hit that subscribe button, hit all the buttons. I feel like one of those people. I'm not that person. Yeah. Sturdy old spray booth. I'll show you how that works someday. But yeah, this is our channel. Nick will be around eventually. Yeah. Nice to meet you. Excited to have you. Let's get this party started and move to Buffalo.